Okay, now that I already installed all the piston rings, again, because I'm using them all, I went off their recommendation, and they had 4 thousandths per inch of your bore. So that ended up being that their recommendation was top ring should be about 15 thousandths, second ring should be about 17 thousandths, and the oil ring should be between 25 or 20 to 28 thousandths. So a little bit more give on that. Jeep has their own specs. If you look in the service manual, they have a different orientation, and in addition, they have a different gap. But that's because, in my opinion, it's off the rings that they're using. So I went off Ball's recommendation. So with that being said, top compression ring faces at 12 o'clock. Second compression ring is at 6. Top oil ring is at 3. Bottom oil ring is at 4. Expander ring is at 7. And these are just the number rings. So first ring, second ring, third, fourth, and fifth. And that's facing towards the front of the engine. Now, we'll go ahead and install the bearings. These are Power Seal. This is just coming out of the wrapper here. And just out of the box, they look really good. I see a little bit of some kind of speck right there. So just give it a clean, simple stride. Okay. Okay, so that's being wiped down. It was already clean to begin with. Now on these ones, these are connecting rods that are cracked, but there's a tang that is on the driver's side, so opposite of the oil hole. So there's some wax and debris on top, so I'm going to clean that off real quick. But the tangs can only go in one direction. So I'm sure there's a way to get these backwards, but I don't see how that can be done if you're paying attention. So this is just going to slip right in. Then you got to make sure it's flush. That's what I do. And then you can see the oil hole line up. So you're looking for perfect center. And I just make sure that it's flush from side to side there. And then give it a quick wipe. Now I'm going to add a little bit of assembly lube. I'm using red line. Got the red line and assembly lube. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the bottom bearing. And just like the top, the tangs are going to go towards driver's side and only can go one direction. Push that down, making sure it's flush on the edges there. There's a little bit of debris or wax or some kind of residue. So that's wiped off, but I am not going to add assembly lube just yet on these. And the reason being is because I'm doing plastic gauge on every single piston. So what I'll do, because I know it's going to be a plastic gauge, I'm using the green, which is 1/1000th to 3/1000ths of an inch. Mopar is suggesting or requesting a 1/4 inch from the off center here, so a 1/4 inch over. So I'm gonna peel this back a little bit. That's a tiny too big. Okay, now this is ready to be installed. Next, I'm going to install this on the next video. And then when I'm ready, I'll put the plastic gauge on and do plastic gauge test.